Hello friends, it's Lisa and welcome to Vlogmas week 2. So I'm super excited for this week. My dad's birthday is actually on Friday, and what we're doing to celebrate is we're going to this light show thing. I think you just drive around and it's an hour long almost, and you just look at all these different Christmas lights. I'm actually not entirely sure what's going on, but I love Christmas lights, so I'm excited, and I definitely will be probably filming some clips for you guys to see of that. I don't really leave my house, especially now with COVID and the pandemic and everything, so I'm not really leaving and seeing Christmas lights that often. I'm sure me and my family at some point will also just take a ride around our town and everything to go and look at Christmas lights, because we always tend to do that at some point. But yeah, I haven't seen that many because I don't leave my house. So I'm excited to go and see that on Friday. And I'm also going to be probably working on Christmas presents and buying some things and wrapping some things this week. So that'll be also exciting. But yeah, I just wanted to start this Vlogmas week 2. I hope you're excited. Also, for a reading update, I did just finish last week's vlog here. So I'm still at the same point of Kingdom of the Wicked. I have 70 pages left of this book, and I'm hoping to finish it today so that I can start something new. I really want to read a Christmassy book, but I don't own any. I only own Let It Snow, and I've already read that, and I don't want to reread it because I don't really like that book. I was also going to read the Dash and Lily Book of Dares book, which just had a Netflix show. I was going to read that. I was going to read Afterlife of Holly Chase, but I was going to read those through my library, and I still haven't gotten a new library card, so hopefully I can get that fixed so I can read something Christmassy. But yeah, this is the plan, and then we'll pick something else after this. But I'm definitely going to try and finish this week, hopefully today, because I only have 70 pages left. But yeah, I'm super excited for this week. I'm excited for more Christmassy activities. I definitely also want to watch a lot of Christmas movies this week. I feel like I have a whole list in my bullet journal, and I haven't filled out that many. I don't know if you can see my messy desk, so ignore any of that, but I have this spread in my journal of a bunch of different Christmas movies that I want to watch, and as you can see, I haven't ticked off that many. I have watched 7, and I feel like there was another thing that I wanted to add to this list, but I can't remember. Oh, it was the new Nutcracker and the Four Realms movie, because that's on Disney Plus, and I never saw that, and I love the Nutcracker, so I'm gonna try and watch that as well. But yeah, I'm just I keep adding to the list, but I'm not watching anything, so definitely need to watch some this week. So I'm actually going to add, what is that movie called? The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, is that what it's called? I'm gonna add that to my list, and I would love to know your favorite Christmas movies that you have to watch every year. There's some on here that I'm if I get to them, it'll be great, but if not, it's fine. Obviously, this is a lot of movies, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. The Nutcracker in the Four Realms, that is what it's called. So I'm going to add that to my list. But yeah, I have a lot of movies that I want to watch. A lot of them are children's movies, so some of them are a bit shorter. So I also feel a lot of the more classic Christmas movies are a bit shorter too. So hopefully I can get in a good amount of Christmas movies this year. Most importantly though, I still have not watched any of the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen, and those are a priority because those are my favorite Christmas movies. I love them so much, so I need to watch those. After that, it doesn't matter. But yeah, those are kind of the plans for this week. Celebrating my dad's birthday by going to watch Christmas lights, reading Kingdom of the Wicked and picking a new book, as well as watching Christmas movies and wrapping Christmas gifts and everything. So what a fun and exciting week. We loved the wholesome Christmas vibes. Hello, it is now the 8th of December, and I just wanted to check in because I actually finished a book. I know, a concept. So last night I ended up finishing Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco, and I gave it 4 stars. I definitely think that the world building and the magic system and everything wasn't too complex, and I think that's why at the beginning I was a little confused just because it wasn't super complex and I just felt like nothing was being explained. But it wasn't that hard to follow, if that makes sense. So I feel I just kind of accepted that it was simple and I didn't need to know all of the details and everything so I could follow along well enough. So that was where I was kind of lost at the beginning, but the more I got into it, the more I enjoyed it. Once I kind of like adjusted my expectations, I started to enjoy it a lot more, and I think Carrie Maniscalco does like enemies to lovers, the romance, the angst, the banter between characters. She does that super well. So this was another example of her doing it well again, I think. So I really enjoyed that aspect, and I think that was probably my favorite part of this book. So yeah, it was fun. I wouldn't say it was like the peak of literature, the best thing I've ever read, but it was fun, and I feel like it started to get me out of my reading slump a little bit, so that's exciting. But I actually haven't picked up anything else. I started reading Death Note, which was, I think it's volumes 1 and 2 technically, but it's volume 1 of like the Black edition. I started reading that back in October, and I haven't finished it yet. I just have been reading other things and doing this readathon, so I put it on hold for now, but I might pick that up and see what it can fit for the prompts. But yeah, I haven't decided what I'm going to read next, so I'll show you whatever I end up picking. But I just wanted to check in and say that I finished a book, because that hasn't been happening much lately. I also think today I'm going to work on some Christmas gifts for people. I'm not going to say what I'm doing or show what I'm doing because I don't know who watches these vlogs and I don't want anyone to be spoiled for their Christmas gifts, but I think I'm going to work on some of my gifts for people today. And yeah, I'm just super excited. It's going to be a very chill, relaxing, Christmassy day. I feel like that's every day in December this year. But yeah, I'm gonna go and probably caption a video and then start working on people's Christmas gifts, and I'm super excited. Hello, it is now the 9th of December? Yes, the 9th. And I just wanted to say hello and check in with you guys. I currently have a very Christmassy kind of look going on right now because I just filmed a video, so that's why I have makeup on. I feel like I explain this every time. I literally only put makeup on to film. That's it. But let me get the book that I'm reading. I'm standing by my window because it's so dark in my room. So that's where the best lighting is. I'll set you up right here. Hopefully that's fine. But last night I decided to continue reading Death Note Volume 1. I have no idea what's on the book, but it's fine. So last night I decided to continue on reading Death Note Volume 1. I started reading this at the very end of October, and I've still not finished it. I don't know if I've explained it yet in this vlog, but basically I just put it down because I was in a reading slump, and then I started reading Instant Karma, and then this readathon, the Taylor Swift Playlistathon, started, so I just kind of put it on the back burner, but I decided to pick it back up. I definitely think that this will be able to count for one of the prompts that I have already, so I won't need to change my playlist. I'll just change it out with a book that I originally had on my TBR. I'm now up to chapter 9, which I think is page like 215 or something like that, so I'm a little over halfway. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm excited to continue on and hopefully read some more of it tonight, maybe even finish, because it doesn't take super long to read because it is a manga, so it does read very quickly, so maybe I'll try and finish that tonight. But yeah, other than that, last night I worked on some more Christmas gifts for people, and I also watched The Santa Claus with Tim Allen, which those are like my favorite Christmas movies. I love them so much. I just watched the first one, so maybe I'll watch the second one tonight. I really enjoy all three of them. I don't know if the first one is my favorite. It might be my favorite, but I do really like the second one. The third one is not as good as the first two, but it's still good. So I definitely want to make sure I watch all three of those this year because they're my faves. So yeah, I just wanted to give a bit of an update. I think I'm gonna go and have some lunch because it's a little after 2 now and I haven't eaten anything because I've been filming. I also need more water because my throat, after talking for like 2.5 hours, it needs some hydration. So yeah, that is my update for now. I'm gonna go and eat some lunch and get some water because I need it. Taylor Swift. I don't even know what to say. I haven't processed it clearly. I woke up this morning to notifications that Taylor posted something, and then I saw that I had like a bunch of texts from people. I had DMs on Twitter, so immediately I went into panic mode. And this woman, Miss Swift, she's dropping another album. I don't even know what to say. So Evermore is coming out tonight at midnight. I will be staying up. I will be listening to it. I will be crying. It'll be fun. I don't understand how she's putting out a new album while she's been re-recording her old albums. Like, I just don't understand. When does she sleep? So apologies in advance. I'm sure the next few clips are going to be all about Taylor Swift because, I mean, that's not really different from any of my other vlogs, even when she's not doing anything. But for real, this time it's going to be like excessive Taylor Swift content. So I apologize, but stay tuned to see me cry later when I listen to the album for the first time. In other good news, I got a new phone today. This isn't it. I haven't set it up yet because I'm too scared to set things up because I'm scared it's gonna go wrong. I have never had an easy experience setting up a phone. And normally we get it like initially set up in the store and then we come home and get it the rest of the way set up and then that's when I have the issue. But the fact that it's all gonna be done at home, I'm sure something's gonna go wrong. But even if that happens, it's gonna be fine because Taylor Swift album's coming out. So like, who needs a phone when you have Taylor Swift, right? I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm looking at the track list right now and it's just, what is Cowboy Like Me? What does that mean? What is that gonna be? There's also a song, No Body, No Crime, which is featuring Haim, and I really like Haim. I think that's how you say their group name, but I really like their music, so I have a feeling that's gonna be great. And I feel like if this album is a similar thing to Folklore, like the sound is just gonna be, it's going to be excellent. And I think there's a music video coming out and the premiere for that is tonight at midnight. So I don't know what to do with myself. Like I can't do anything else today other than cry over Taylor Swift, which isn't different from every other day, but it's especially bad today. That is the plan for today. So plans for today, cry over Taylor Swift. That's it. So it is now a little bit later. It is 6:30 and I thought, got some time before the new Taylor Swift album's gonna drop. I might as well try and read. I think I'm gonna try and read for a little bit. I want to try and finish Death Note. I'm not that far from the end, plus it is super quick to read. I'm around page 250. It's difficult because there's not page numbers on every single page, so I don't know really where I'm at, but I think it's like 350 or so pages. I think I have about like 100 or so pages left of Death Note, so I think I'm going to try and finish that right now. And then I also might start working on some more Christmas crafts for gifts that I need to give to people. I started doing that last night while I was watching Home Alone 2, and then I still need to kind of finish the things I started last night and start some new things, so I might do that as well. We all know I got plenty of time before the new album is going to come out. I think I mentioned that I got a new phone, and I still haven't set that up, so maybe I will also set that up later. We got plenty of time. I think the album comes out at midnight, so we have 5.5 hours left. It's fine. Will she make it? She's gonna make it, but just barely. Okay, hello, here we are. Let's discuss Evermore. Let's just get into it. So last night I stayed up until midnight, of course. I watched the premiere of the Willow music video and then listened to the album, and I love it. It's so good. How does she do it every time? I think what's cool about this album is how it's kind of like a continuation or like a part 2 to Folklore. She was saying in like the premiere for the music video, the chat, she was saying how she thinks of Folklore as like spring and summer, and Evermore as like fall and winter. And I just think that's so cool. So she did say that it was going to be like a two-part thing, but I don't trust her. I feel like there could be another one. I'm not over the three-part theory of this album series thing, but she did say that there's two, and I just think that that's so cool, and I think it's very clearly a continuation. I don't know. It's just really good. A lot of people are already comparing it to Folklore, which seems a little unfair. Like with Folklore, we had no idea what it was going to sound like. We were all just kind of listening to it for the first time, experiencing this new sound, and I feel like this album, knowing that it was going to be a similar sound to Folklore, I think people's expectations might have been really high, and also like that's just setting it up to be compared to Folklore. I, however, knew that that was going to happen. Like I knew people were going to compare them, so I tried really hard to just think of it as its own separate, not necessarily separate thing because they are connected, but I didn't want to sit there and compare it to Folklore because that's not really fair. So I can't really say if I prefer Evermore to Folklore yet because it just came out, so I don't know. And also I feel like it is so obviously a continuation of Folklore that it's making it difficult to compare them. So yeah, I can't really say if I prefer Evermore to Folklore yet because Evermore just came out and I just finished listening to it like a second time through like 5 minutes ago, so I still have a lot of digesting of the songs and listening to the songs like that I need to do. So yeah, I can't say if I prefer it yet, but I do really love it. I think it's so good. Like looking at all the songs, I'm trying to figure out what my favorites are, like what ones to mention, but honestly, looking at all of the songs, I like all of them. I really like Gold Rush. I really liked Tolerate It. Nobody No Crime, kind of iconic. I also really liked Ivy and Long Story Short, and Marjorie made me cry last night because I remembered that that's the name of her grandmother, so I think the song is about her grandmother, and just the lyrics, when you know the context, make it so sad that that's what I started crying when I remembered that it was about her grandmother. And also Evermore is just so good. It's so sad, and then that lyric change like at the end, she just always gets me with those like slight lyric changes. Like they always cause me pain. So yeah, it's stunning. It's so beautiful. I ordered a deluxe version online. TB was making fun of me in our group chat saying that I was going to order every version of the album again, and luckily there's only one version because I probably would have, and I don't have the money to be doing that. So there's only one version as of right now, and I ordered one, and I'm very excited because there's 2 songs on the deluxe CD that are not on Spotify yet, and I'm really excited to hear them. I'm sure they will get added to Spotify and everything eventually because that's what happened with The Lakes, and I feel like that always ends up happening when people have like deluxe songs that are only album exclusives and then like they come to Spotify and like iTunes and everything like a week later. But I'm really excited to hear those. I'm excited to see how they kind of conclude the album because I like Evermore as a conclusion, but I think there's a reason that those 2 songs are probably the deluxe tracks and like are at the end of the album. I'm so excited to hear more. It makes it exciting that it's like it's not completely over. There's still songs that I haven't heard yet. So it's so good. I love it so much. I'm gonna go listen to it on repeat. I would love to know if you've listened to the album, what your favorites are. I feel like I again will just start listening the whole album. It's so good. So I would love to know your favorites and just your thoughts on the album if you have listened. Other than Taylor Swift, as if there's a point in talking about anything that's not related to Taylor Swift. So last night I ended up finishing Death Note Volume 1, and I decided I only had like 100 pages left, so I decided to try and finish it before the album came out to kind of keep myself busy, and I rated it 4 stars. I did really like it. I know Sydney from Sid Bookworm said the same thing, that she kind of thinks that and I think the same thing, that the main character kind of accepts his role with the Death Note like very quickly. Basically the Death Note, like you could write people's names down and like how they die or whatever, and they'll end up dying if you write their names down. And what the main character like decides to do is write down like criminals' names and like be basically God and like get rid of the bad people and the evil people in the world. But he accepts like that role really fast and like the power to kill people like really quickly. So it's like a little concerning. There also was a really weird line, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but it was like, she's a woman, so I'll be able to overpower her really easily. It's like, huh? So I didn't like that either, but other than that, it was really good. It was a really interesting story, and I definitely want to continue on and read the other volumes. I think that there's 6 of the Black Edition ones like in total, so I think I'm going to try and read those soon. I would like to just like get them all and then like read them back to back, but I don't know if I'm ever going to do that because I never read series back to back anymore, so we'll see if that happens. But I did enjoy it. I definitely would recommend, and I think once I finish reading the actual manga, I think I might watch the anime, so that's exciting. But yeah, that's really it. Taylor Swift, and I finished another book, so that's the only thing that's going on over here. Today is my dad's birthday actually, so I think we're gonna go around and look at Christmas lights later and just like hang out and chill, so that'll be fun and will be nice. So yeah, not much to say. Probably won't vlog much today because it is my dad's birthday and we're gonna be like hanging out and chilling and stuff. So yeah, I thought I would come on here, give you an update, give you my thoughts on Evermore, because that's the most important thing that's happened to me lately. Okay, I also forgot to say this earlier when I was talking about Death Note. I decided to replace it with something else on my TBR. I originally had Fortuna Sworn here, which I still want to read, so I don't know if I'm going to read it in time for the readathon, but I'm definitely going to prioritize that and read it soon, either by the end of the year or at the beginning of the new year. But I decided to do Death Note for that prompt, which was Death by a Thousand Cuts, which is to read a book featuring a non-human main character. So I changed that, and now I have 3 books done. This is a little sad. I was expecting to do a little bit better than this. We still have time. I mean, it's the 11th, so we have today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And I mean, I don't think I'm going to get anything else done, but you never know. But yeah, I just wanted to give an update on what this was ending up looking like and how far into my TBR I've made it. Not very far, and I've changed my TBR twice, and I've only read 3 books, so we're doing well. Hello, it is now Monday morning. It is come time for me to wrap up Vlogmas week 2. And very quickly before I wrap up this vlog, I know I didn't vlog again much this weekend. I don't know what it is about the weekends. I don't know if it's just because my family's home, so we're hanging out more or something, and I just forget to vlog. I apologize though. Basically this weekend I just worked on some homemade Christmas gifts for people, and also I wrapped a little bit, which I think I did film a little bit. I also got a gift from Darian. Darian got me Anxious People by Frederick Bachman, which was so nice. It was a mixture of a thank you for, you know, hosting the Taylor Swift playlistathon readathon with her, as well as like a Christmas gift. So that was very nice, and she didn't have to do that. So I'm very excited to read that. And speaking of the readathon, we actually had our final live show for the readathon last night because the readathon ended. Yesterday was the final day. The 13th was the final day for the readathon. So we did that final live show, and it was super fun. I will have it linked below if you want to go and like watch any of it back. We did a fun game where we all picked lyrics from her songs, and we just had to like speak them, like a random line from a song, and the other ones had to guess what song it was. So that was fun. We just talked about like Evermore and just Taylor Swift in general. So if you like Taylor Swift and you missed the live, go ahead and watch it. I don't know if you would like to do that. Also, while we're on the note of Taylor Swift, I think that I've kind of figured out my like favorite songs off of Evermore, at least as of right now. I think my like top 3, and I don't know like the order of these are kind of just like the 3 that I really love right now: Gold Rush, Ivy, and Champagne Problems. I think like those are my top 3. I don't know the order of them, but they're up there. And I also think Willow and Tolerate It are like my 4th and 5th spot, but the 5th one, like Tolerate It, that could change, which is very weird because I feel like with Folklore my top 4 is very set in stone, and then the 5th spot has changed so many times. I feel like that's gonna kind of happen with Evermore as well. But yeah, those songs are some of my favorites, I think, and I'm just really excited to kind of listen to the album a bit more and have it sink in a little bit more, and then compare it to Folklore and see kind of a ranking of both albums. I know people are already doing that type of ranking. They're doing Folklore and Evermore in one ranking. However, I can't do that yet because Evermore is still too new and too exciting, and I don't know how people are already doing it. I feel like I need to actually like know the words to Evermore before I can do a ranking, you know? But yeah, that was also a big thing that I did this weekend was listen to Evermore, cry over Evermore, party to Evermore. It was a great time. So yeah, the Taylor Swift Plaython is officially over. So if you participated, let me know in the comments how well you did. But also, thank you to anyone who participated, to anyone who interacted with us on Twitter, or just gave support to the readathon, or answered our questions of the day. It was just such a fun month, and even though I didn't read that much, I read 3 books. I wish I had read more, but it was still so fun, and I'm just so grateful that so many people had such a great time and participated with us. So thank you if you participated. But I think that that is going to wrap up Vlogmas Week 2, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you have not already. Also, don't forget to click the little bell notification to be notified anytime I upload. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in Vlogmas Week 3. Bye!